And I asked that because that's not something, that's obviously language that we didn't grow up.
Yeah, care infrastructure.
Or just care in general.
Yeah.
Like, how are you taking care of yourself? Or
I'm like, I don't know, I'm going to bed.
But what we do know is how to take care of other people. We know that a little too well. And so
here we are.
Here we are. And I know that for myself, I think it was even a few years ago where I love the idea of like rebelling as a caretaker.
What do you mean?
Like, how do I release the ideas of what care is supposed to look like and who is afforded care and my responsibility to take care of other people, and at the same time, like, by depleting myself. Like, that's the definition of care that I was given.
Yeah.
You care for other people. You are last.
No matter what.
No matter what, no matter the circumstance, if you have $1,
you got no dollar.
You got no dollar. Because somebody need $1. Mm-hmm. And so it's always willing to give and give and give and not necessarily receive. And that causes chronic pain. It just causes so many problems that we're now learning the effects of.
Yeah.
And so I think about care a lot. I think about care often because it's like, well, what have I been taught about care? How do I care for other people? And how do I show that in a way that they receive it? But also, one of the times where I have to put myself at the top of the list of care and maybe someone else has to go lower in the list. That never feels great.
But neither is going last. I don't know. So I've gotten comfortable being like, well, I guess I have no dollar.
Right.
And that being like, that just being like the baseline, right? So any opportunity where like it's flipped, that also feels terrible. Where I'm like, well, you don't have $1.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do with this dollar? And you don't have, like,
Yep.
So it's like almost like neither of you can use it anyway.
Yeah.
Because of all the like feelings attached, which is also terrible.
And something that we haven't explored, I think, in the podcast in general is this idea of guilt and how close guilt is to caring for yoyourself.
Yeah. It's a pretty motivating factor. Not for caring for myself, but I think for just like operating in the world.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
you agree?
I was thinking, like, what's a decision that I've made that hasn't been based off
what
guilt?
I'm saying?
Like,
yeah. Or like how someone else could feel later. I'm like, it's hard to be selfish.
It's hard to be selfish.
When with the level of awareness you and I have of other people. Like if I was less aware of how people felt, my life would look really different, I think.
Yeah. I will say, though, that I could see people considering me to be selfish, at least within my family. Maybe not external to my family.
In my opinion, like that is based on like they're like you may have like overcompensated, and now you're like actually just you're like just recalibrating to a middle, and that looks selfish. Mm-hmm. If you've never done it, doing it there, everyone's like, I don't like hate this all. And it's like, what?
Yeah,
my whole life giving you all $1.
Yeah, like even when I recently went to New York and I went for 24 hours because that's all I wanted to do, and my grandmother was so upset. She was like, how dare you not stay for a few more days? And in that moment, I could see that she was showcasing care. She wanted me to spend more time with her. And that wasn't the best decision for me. So I could see from her perspective that I was selfish for only being there and being present for a really short amount of time. But it's like, sometimes you got to do what's best for you. And
yeah, it's hard.
Someone's not going to like that.
Especially when we think about that, like when people try to care for you in ways that they know how.
Right.
And that might not actually just like align with like what feels or looks like care for you. Like maybe in that situation, like all she has to offer you is like her environment. Mm-hmm. Like that's all she can do as a care for you. Yeah. And for you, like this environment is not caring. Mm-hmm. So that's like a real mismatch, Yeah. Yeah. I think about that a lot.
Yeah, and I think about how often we put our needs to the side to allow someone else's needs to be met.
Yeah.
And that doesn't always feel caring.
I think we talked about this in the podcast, but like this idea that sometimes like, yes, you sacrifice to let people celebrate you in your community, right? In a way that doesn't feel celebratory to you, but helps them, you know, but it's a balancing act of like, how often do you do that?
Yeah.
Versus choose the thing you prefer, which will cause people who are trying to be around you, like to feel like you don't like, you know, you got to pick always. Like, and often I think you and I tend to choose a thing that doesn't, where we don't win.
Yeah.
Because it's never going to be a win-win. So we're like, their win is like less conflict,
or their win is my win, because that's what I was taught.
because community or something, you know. Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, I think the example I have for me is like my birthday. Like my sister and I are really, really different. We think about our birthdays really differently. I don't know where my idea of my birthday came from, but I'm really not into it. Like it's not a thing for me. But and last year, like I did the thing where like I spent my time with other people, and I went and I agreed to all of the like, and just because I was like, next year, like I'm not doing this again, right? Yeah. And I knew I was gonna make that decision still, and all the conflict it came with anyway. And I was like, damn, it would have just been easier to just go and like give up. I was like, it's one day out of the year, like, oh my god. So it's
let me hard. Have what I want.
You know what
one
I'm saying?
Day.
And what I want is nothing. Like I want nothing, you know. So, and I think like because it was nothing, I think that like it was seen as you don't want us to care for you, instead of like I'm actually getting what I want. But just because it's not what you think care is doesn't mean that it doesn't feel caring to me. I had a great time, you know.
No, and you were even asking, like, am I bad? Like,
you know, I felt terrible. Yeah,
like, am I a bad daughter?
I felt bad. I was like, damn. I was like, I know it's not just about me, but like, damn, let me just. I'm not, you know, and it's exhausting. So
it feels like a muscle that we have to really tap into.
Yeah.
Like weak. The muscle's too weak.
Yeah, like I had to like turn my phone off. Like I was like, I just need to like, and the whole day I was like. So I didn't even get to really like enjoy it because I just felt guilty the whole time. You know, I was just like, wow, I should be like doing a thing that I prefer not to do because another person would feel less bad today. Which I'm like, it's my birthday. This does not have to be a problem. Like we could have no conflict actually.
Like it's the one day out of the year that you are supposed to get what you want. It's supposed to design the day, you know, for yourself.
Yeah. So it's like a weird, So it's definitely like it's a muscle that I'm still like, it's really hard for me to flex it because I don't know what the alternative is. I'm like, is there a world where like I get what I want and you're not upset? Is that possible? Like, can we have that? You know? Because that happens all the time to me. Like, I don't get what I want all the time and I'm not upset. I'm just like, cool.
Yeah, but that's why you got thick skin.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. So that's tricky because it's like, I'm never trying to, as a person who's been raised in those spaces, like I'm never trying to like give someone a bad experience.
Right.
But it's like, you really have to be in conflict with my choice? Why? Like, I don't gotta be so serious.
Yeah. And I feel like you and I probably learned that lesson of not wanting to give someone else a bad experience because we weren't included in people's decision making when we were younger.
Yeah.
So we saw people all around us take care of other people and do it willingly with pure sacrifice. And now we see the
and now I'm like, I know how much these things cost actually. And I'm like, when I think about the consequences of like giving everyone your last dollar, it just means like you will never come out of poverty. Like nobody will.